Have you found the power of meditation in your life yet? If you haven't, then I would love for you to join me in this talk because I'm going to tell you the science behind meditation and also the psychosomatic advantages of a powerful yet simple process that you can do every day. Hi everyone, Evette Rose here, founder of Metaphysical Anatomy Technique, which is a healing technique that is designed to help you to improve your quality of life and to also, tackle anxiety, depression, or any self-sabotaging behaviors that you might have, fears that you might have as well, and also just anywhere from daily stress that you might feel really challenged with. And the great thing about this technique is that you don't have to talk about the trauma, you don't even need to relive it, and you also don't even need to know the root causes as to why you felt the way that you do. Now, guys, you can find out so much more at evetterose.com. And welcome here to this really interesting, awesome topic because I am so passionate about this topic because this is something that I do every morning and every evening, and that is meditate. Now, when we look at this practice and why this is important, why does it even work? What is the science behind it? What is the rave about meditation? Because in the practice of meditation techniques, so for example, now used to say train attention and also awareness of an individual, so that when they, for example, might try to achieve a clearer mental state and a calmer emotional state, as scientists would now refer to. Now, this is also a quote by Sri Sri Ravi, which gives insight to the title of this page, which is "In meditation, healing can happen." Now, when the mind is calm and alert and totally contented with, then it's almost like a laser beam. It is very powerful, and healing really truly can happen. Absolutely, this is something that has happened with me as well. I'll get to that in a minute. There are so many positive effects also and benefits of having a meditative practice. And that includes it helps you to feel better overall. It helps you to manage stress. It helps you to achieve your focus in life so much better. And of course, also it can help healing from chronic conditions or at least improve your quality of life as well. It can lower blood pressure. It can cause, it can cause a lot of stress to start to right away. It can also lower stress chemicals in the blood. It's also helping to increase healing and restoration within the physical body as well. It can decrease anxiety. It can also increase your sense of awareness. It can help to ease pain, help you to feel more content in your life, your well being, and also building resilience. And also, of course, just clear out emotional toxicity. Now, in contemporary research, there's actually findings of the positive long-term effects of brain function, as well as also of our immune system function that meditation has. Now, in various cultures, meditation, for example, has been used to find, liberation from the attachment of things and to learn to achieve peace in the present moment. And also by a few of these examples, mention that you can see that you are now, getting a lot of benefits from meditation and also the healing power of meditation and how great its influence can be on your state and well-being. And the healing breath from the art of living. And this type of breathing practice is also known as a potent energizing technique that has the following positive benefits. Example, your cells becomes oxygenated and flooded with new life. It also assists to flush out negative emotions that's stuck in the physical body. It helps to release tension and frustrations. And it can also help to clear anxiety and fatigue. And it's also helping to relieve the body from stress and the mind from mental clutter as well. And that is also why in Metaphysical Anatomy Technique, we also incorporate in level 1 breath work because of the power of breath work. We work with the alpha, delta, the theta, and also the beta brainwave states to help the body bring healing. Now, there's another quote also that says, do the healing breath and meditation. Now, these practices completely transform you and also helps to build a sense of love within your sense of self, which then helps to restore your relationship with yourself as well. And the power of breath is also now in conjunction with meditation. And this is a very powerful healing tool that anyone can learn to use to help you to really tap into your healing ability and your capacity to shift your life drastically. And you can also deal with illness through meditation. Now, on the Art of Living website, for example, they say that the root of illness is in the mind and consciousness. So if you show up for the mind to clear disturbances, it can actually speed up recovery. Now, following on from key things that they spoke about, like, for example, how illness is formed is through the means of violating the natural flow of, for example, your mental state, the emotional state, the meaning, our biological blueprint of how we normally process emotions, normally the natural way of how we release trauma and stress. This process, this cycle has been deeply, deeply disrupted. It's been disrupted by society. It's been disrupted by cultural beliefs and values that's been projected that is perhaps more artificial than anything else. And this is also part of the reason why I wrote Metaphysical Anatomy, for example. This is a book about 679 medical ailments, and I wrote about how emotions can be so destructive, especially, of course, when they're negative and ongoing, and how it can exasperate emotional, psychological disorders, how it can exasperate ailments, and even sometimes, in some cases, even be the starting point of it as well. Even when you look at emotions, for example, now, if you're in a situation where you feel really conflicted with your environment, you're maybe not in agreement with something, or you don't want to be in that environment, or you don't feel that any part of you is in alignment with it, a headache can be something that can start as well. So when we also now look here through the practice of meditation, we can also start to, for example, now give rise to a positive state of mind as all the stresses and the worries starts to release, because now you're focusing on what is good in your life. You're focusing on where it is that maybe there are pain points and finding the answers, or maybe the voice or the message in these pain points that needs to be released. Because there is a buildup of something when there's discomfort, whether it's emotional discomfort or physical discomfort. And these parts are now being held inside of your body. They're looking for acknowledgement. They're looking for an escape. And by you bringing your awareness to that and talking to it and giving it a voice and dispersing that built up energy, it helps to release that stress, which can have an immense effect on your body, your mind, and even your nervous system, which then also can help and lower illnesses that you might have. It can actually help the expression of these illnesses to calm down drastically. Now, also in allowing the healing power of meditation to influence and to heal you, you can also now become more and more aware of your self-sabotaging traits that you might now need to let go of, or fully just immerse yourself into that and embrace it. And instead of resisting it, allow it to be there and accepting it as being part of you. But also within that place of acceptance, allowing yourself to surrender to these weaknesses or perceived flaws and allowing it just to be released as well. Because here are also some tips that you can do. Know that what your self-sabotaging habits are. Take the step of breaking free by getting yourself into a mindful practice, because maybe you're struggling with procrastination as well. So if you do, and if you know that you do that, set deadlines and also have an accountability partner. Also meditate and look at, why is the procrastination there? What is it keeping you safe from? Now, negative thinking is also a huge, huge, culprit here, because when you look at on a daily basis, your mind processes 90,000 thoughts, conscious and unconsciously. 75,000 of that 90,000 thoughts are repeated the next day. And of course, normally the ones that's the strongest, that's probably the most negative, though they are the ones that we tend to get stuck on. So of course, they are going to be in that new set of recycled thoughts is going to be overlapping into the next day. It's going to come up there as well. It's going to come up. And so now you see how negative thinking can also continuously be repeated cognitively, layering in this cognitive programming of something that's really deeply negative. And of course, then that means it's to your detriment. It's to the detriment of your happiness. It's to the detriment of your consciousness, and also, of course, your future as well. Another aspect is perfectionism, right? It's a standard that can really, really hold you back. Be perfect for what? Look at the world around you. I mean, there's perfect chaos. if that is what you want to call perfectionism, because it doesn't really exist. And at the end of the day, you might feel or see the perfectionist aspects of what you've done, right? You see the perfectionism in that. But I can guarantee you, there's a very, very, very high chance that other people, won't necessarily notice it. And that's because you value it more than what others value it. And that means that the pain points created by this behavior is going to be affecting you the most. Also, what's very important through meditation, what you can do is identify your root causes. You know, what triggers your habits of self-sabotage, and then start trying to see how you can change these habits and behaviors through meditation by looking at maybe you're sabotaging something for a reason. We don't wake up every day and ruin our lives because that we like to do it, right? There's subconscious fears taking place. So it begs the question, what in your life will change that you are not ready to change? If you did heal certain aspects or meditated on certain pain points that you have in your life to bring you clarity on that. Another one as well also is have a reflection journal. Ask yourself questions all the time, to help you to understand, your circumstances a lot better. And if you don't have the answer, and if you can't find the answer through meditation, then ask a mentor, ask a friend, ask someone that you trust as well. And a really beautiful way that I learned how to meditate is what's called square breathing. You can actually Google it. It's really, really cool. I absolutely love it. And the way that I personally love to do it is that I pretend that I can actually see a square block in my mind's eye when I close my eyes. And what I do is I take a breath for each line in the square. I breathe in. And just that for 4 minutes, 4 minutes. And I find myself in a state that's 80% more calmer than what I was before I did it. Just 4 minutes. Time yourself and try it. Another really great way that you can also do is before you go into your meditative state is to do the Theta brainwave state. This actually helps you to connect your intuition better and also to move into that meditative state much better. And that's breathing in the nose, out the nose, 13 times. And the last breath, you hold as long as you can, and then exhale when you can't hold it anymore. You're going to feel a little bit dizzy, and you can just be in that beautiful place of calmness and silence, and just bathe yourself in that. And then start your square breathing very gently, and while you focus perhaps on the problem that you have. So guys, there you have it. The power of meditation is absolutely incredible. A lot of people have shifted ailments, diseases through just meditation, finding really, really deep answers to problems and challenges that they might have. And for me as well, personally, I shifted chronic back pain that I have through purely just meditating. And that was just by understanding what was the compressed, suppressed emotional stress behind that. And once I had the awareness of that message, it was like this huge energetic release because it just needed to be acknowledged, because a big part of my life was wrapped around avoiding it, and I didn't realize it. So meditation really truly does have its place, and it has its power as well. It's a great way to start the day. You set the platform for a calm, coherent and balanced state. And as well, when you go to bed, meditate on the things that maybe was upsetting you, and maybe give yourself, those parts of your mind that wants to talk and chatter. Hey, speak. You have a voice now. Release that energy. Hold the space for that to take place so that you can find your inner equilibrium again. And guys, so remember, you can also find me at evetterose.com. I have many free healing events coming up there on Zoom and also live. And also hit the subscription bar here, hit the notifications bar, and stay up to date with my latest and greatest research as well. And also, if you want, grab your copy on Amazon for Metaphysical Anatomy. And until next time, be the light that you are. Thank you for watching this video, and I'm sure that you learned a lot. So guys, subscribe to my channel here and also hit the notifications bar, and so that you can get notified every time when I upload a new video. So guys, also remember to share the video and also look out for courses that I have below in the description bar. And until next time, be the light that you are.